Here on the bluffs of the Hudson River. Here we are at stop number 9, Lawson Victory. Here on the bluffs and in the valley below, you can see where Lieutenant General Burgoyne reassembled his army. We're going to go over there in a second. It was just one day after the battle, the second battle on the 7th. Only the Hudson River and the River Road had made it possible for the British Army to march south to try to take Albany. Now that defeated, discouraged, and hungry army readied its way north. So see the Hudson River, the road there, down in this area here is where Burgoyne and his army, his camp followers, his men, readied themselves to head back north, unsure of what the future held for them. Unsure of what the families, I'm sure they were wondering what was going to happen now that we've lost this battle. The war continued on for 7 more years, folks. This was in 77. The Battle of Saratoga did not end the war. They were the turning point of the war, but the war did not end until 1783. Yes, a major victory at Yorktown, a surrender there in 1781, but there were still a lot of skirmishes and things going on from 82 to 83, but the war lasted 7 more years. So yes, this was indeed the turning point of the American Revolution. It wasn't the end. Especially in New York State. 78 came, 79, 80. Those 3 years were huge in New York State. As far as fighting in the Mohawk Valley, and then you have Joseph Brant, Butler's Rangers, you have the Schoharie Valley, you have the Battle of Newtown, the Sullivan-Clinton Expedition. All these things through New York State were unbelievably important to the Revolutionary War and the ultimate victory in 1781. So looking down there at the Hudson River, we're going to be going out that road right there in a minute here to end the tour. There's some vehicles going, and then we're going to head north up to Victory Woods, surrender site. Doing some work here. Not sure what they're burying here, but my goodness. Doing a lot of digging here in front of the markers here. But why do the battles of Saratoga matter? And this one over here buried here. Any hope of victory? General Burgoyne and his senior commanders gathered on this hilltop to bury General Fraser, Simon Fraser. Okay, it was on this hilltop he was buried. The funeral attracted the Americans' attention. They cannonaded the mourners, showering the British officers with dirt. Buried along with Fraser were all the British hopes for victory. Now Burgoyne needed to retreat and save what was left of his army. And there's Simon Fraser right there. Like I said earlier in another post, only one of 2 British generals who died from combat wounds during the entire 8-year war. So here we are. Hudson River, Saratoga battlefield. Amazing place. Turning point of the American Revolution.